nowadays, it's our dog is probably the most excited. He gets his own little pile of presents, so that's nice. Also, I'm the chef, so I love cooking Christmas dinner. And there's always champagne and wine on the go while I'm cooking as well. And it takes 3 hours to make a Christmas dinner, so that suits me.
So I've got to say, I've got a young family, so the best thing is probably seeing their faces on Christmas morning. Although a lot of the time, I don't appreciate it at the time at 5 o'clock in the morning, but looking back, it's the best thing about Christmas, is their little faces.
My favourite thing about Christmas, I think, is how magical it is. Obviously, when you're little, it's really magical, and then you grow up and it gets a little bit boring, and then you have your own children and it gets magical again. My little boy, he's opened his advent calendar this morning, tried to eat all of the chocolates at once.
I like putting up the tree and sort of getting my daughter involved in that. She's grown up, but she's just moved back home, so it'll be nice for us both to do it together.
Me and my wife, we've got 2 children, and really it is them. It's Christmas, it's kids really present, and we also have a dog, and he's now the youngest one of the kids.
This is showing my age. I'm gonna go for E17, Stay Another Day. I can't work out whether the song I hate or the costumes that they wear in the video.
The worst one for me is Cliff Richard's Mistletoe on Wine.
Last Christmas by George Michael. For me, probably just because it gets played 1,000 times every Christmas, and I'm just sick to death of it. So I'd say that one.
The worst Christmas song has got to be Cheeky Girls Have a Cheeky Christmas. It's absolutely horrendous.
Worst one's got to be All I Want for Christmas by Mariah Carey. If I hear that song one more time, I can't hear that song all the time anymore.
Worst would have to be Paul McCartney. Wonderful Christmas Time. I hate that song.
I did buy a Christmas present for the kids, but it was probably more for me, and it's going to have to be my dog. So I bought Boo for the kids 3 years ago, and it was a bit of self-indulgence because I've always wanted a dog, and my wife never let me have one.
The most memorable Christmas present was around the PlayStation 2 time, where my PlayStation, the original one, had broken, and I was uncharacteristically grown up at the time, and was like, I just want a PS1 to replace my broken one. Never thought in my wildest dreams that I'd get a PS2, just because you couldn't get them at the time. Christmas morning, go downstairs, open my presents, and there's a PS2 waiting for me. It turns out my dad had drove to Scotland on Christmas Eve to pick up a pre-order that he'd done, because my auntie who lived in Scotland had seen one. So my dad basically did a 5-hour round trip on Christmas Eve to make sure I had a piece of plastic that played games on Christmas Day, and that to this day it just sticks with me. I didn't ask for it and I got it, and it's exactly what I wanted.
My most memorable Christmas present was Christmas 2003, when I proposed to my dear wife and she accepted.
I got a portable TV device from my fiance when we were in lockdown, and it just helped stay in touch with my family that were over in Sheffield. My little boy didn't want to FaceTime people, he wanted to just play, so to be able to have them on the TV and then watching him play it was amazing.
I think probably for me the first time I got Christmas gifts from my 2 daughters, so they were still at primary school. One had got me a second-hand James Bond book from the school Christmas fair, and the other had a photo of me and her printed out from her phone, and she'd had it framed, and they'd wrapped them themselves, and they were really excited. It was quite cute.
A Secret Santa, and I got a mug that said something really awful on it, and I wasn't pleased at all, and I told the person as well. So that's the worst. I'm not going to say what it said. I'm not going to say who sent it me, but it was it wasn't nice at all, and that was the worst.
Socks and things, which I have memories of, like your dad and your granddad used to get that, and now I seem to be one of those people. Not a granddad, of course, but it's probably those boring types of presents.
My wife once bought me a wallpaper stripper.